The witness has moved beyond our reach. All attempts to follow it have failed. But there is still hope. On Neptune, we learned that a key to defeating the Witness lies hidden away on Titan. Now we know why the Witness's fleet came there when it first arrived. Deputy Commander Sloane held the line on Titan to the bitter end, right up until the Witness took it. Then, we lost all contact. But now, just when we need it most, Titan has returned. And when it did, we were greeted with something we could have never predicted.
To any Guardians listening, this is Deputy Commander Sloane requesting emergency support.
This is a Priority 1 rescue operation. We have received a distress call on a secure Vanguard channel. The target of extraction is Deputy Commander Sloane. She was last seen on Titan before it vanished, during the arrival of the pyramids. Our job is to triangulate where the distress signal is coming from, find the Deputy Commander, and get her out. I know what you may be thinking, but Sloane is one of the most tenacious, resilient soldiers I've ever known. If anyone could have survived this, it's her.
That voice we heard, it was Sifu Arath. I'd only heard her voice in audio logs from the fall of the Cabal homeworld. There's no mistaking her. She must be here. We need to be careful. Her influence has never been this strong.
We need to find Sloane and get her out of here now. You're almost at the array, Guardian. Get moving. Go! Excellent work. Systems are lighting up here. I have Sloane's position as 1 kilometer down.
She is in the ocean. It is a sea of crushing methane. Nothing can survive there.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Guardian, rig schematics show a ballast maintenance shaft near your position. Follow the signal down and find the Deputy Commander. I'll join up with you shortly. I've arrived at the diving point. I'm coming down to you.
That ain't gonna happen, boss. Do you know how much pressure they're taking? They gotta get out of there.
I am not leaving anyone behind again.
And I ain't saying we do. All right, that's enough. I'm pulling you up before you and your ghost get flattened. Welcome to the derelict. I'm down in engineering, making sure we don't blow up. Zavala's got his heart in the right place, but old Blue's about as stubborn as they come. You can't brute force this moon. The collapse messed the whole place up good. Gravity's weird down in the deep. There's pockets of air. Some places you can move safely. Others that'll crush you into a little speck. But I think I got something in my guts that'll help us out. Titan ain't my first aquatic rodeo. Go ahead and try out that prototype. Should protect you from the pressure. Well, some of it, at least. Now get on out of here. I'll fill the boss man in for you.
Guardian. You're almost at the source of the distress signal. I've acquired one of Drifter's devices. I'll be joining you momentarily.
Sloane?
Here, Commander.
You're alive.
Staying alive was the mission. And I always complete the mission.
No wonder you called us, sister. Let's get you back home.
You don't understand. That distress call wasn't for me. It was for her.
What is that?
An ally. Her name is Ahsa.
You can communicate with it?
It's complicated, sir. I get impressions, emotions, ideas. She knows our true enemy. The Witness came for her species, too. Discrete concepts are harder. Even more now, since this.
And you're still you?
Every bit. My light is holding this corruption back, but I can hear voices whispering. Demanding. It's like being tuned in to the enemy's radio. If we could strengthen my connection with Ahsa, I believe it would improve my ability to communicate through the noise.
I got some ideas. I'll draw up some specs and drop by soon.
Sloane.
I'm fine, sir. And I think I'm long overdue for a debriefing.
As you wish. We'll reconvene at the helm.
Good to be back in contact with the Vanguard. It's an honor to serve with you. The Taken moved in quick after we lost Titan. I had to switch gears. Escape, evade, and rotate between extraction points. Survive for another day. That was the mission. I absorbed some of the Taken corruption to tap into their comms, if you can call them that. My bond with Ahsa proved mission critical too. I owe her my life. Now that Titan's back, the mission's changed. We need more intel on our enemy. The Witness. Drifter claims he knows a way to help Ahsa share that intel. Boost the signal so her message can get through. If he's right, then you're going to need some diving equipment. Thankfully, I was able to secure a pair of intact subnauticals from the Arcology's storage units. Feel free to toss out that junk Drifter gave you earlier. This is the real deal.
Hey there, hero. While you were taking a dip in the methane, I detected something on the ocean floor. And it ain't native to Titan. I've seen it before. On the Glycon, on the Leviathan, on my own ship too. An organism that's all about forming psychic connections. Seems it's growing like coral down in the depths. I'm thinking we gather it up and use it to amplify Sloane's link to the creature. I can modify my gambit equipment to bank that stuff and harness its power, but I'll need some Golden Age parts to do it. Just so happens, the arcology is full of Golden Age tech waiting to be salvaged. You help me collect it, and I'll fix up the bank. Then it's just a matter of, well, diving into the depths of the methane sea and dredging up what Sloane needs. All while trying not to drown, of course. Nothing you can't handle? So what do you say? Ready for another swim?
This is Operation Thunderbolt. Ahsa has alerted us to a shelf of coral infested with a fungal spore we can use. However, it's in hostile territory.
Always is, was, will be.
Indeed. Forward intel reports a Wrath-born servitor patrols the area, and it is not alone. You have 2 sites to hit. Deploy excavation equipment, defend and extract. Deputy Commander, Guardian, divide and conquer. Bring the Drifter what he needs.
I'm reading you, Guardians.
So the old man asked you to babysit?
I'm your heir superiority.
From aboard a Cabal cruiser? Never thought I'd see the day.
Meet the Empress, then I'll hear your judgment.
Fair enough. To be honest, it's just nice to be back running with the both of you.
On that, we can agree.
That servitor's onto us. I just met contact. Let's hustle, Guardian.
It's been an age since I've seen you fight, Sloane. Had you been with us on the dragon hunts? You're the bait now. Guardian, you're next.
Goes against all my instincts, but I'll try to make myself look delicious. Deploying drill. Let's get loud, Guardian. Sites are secure, and you just punched us a way out.
Good. You haven't lost a step.
Well, I've had a lot of dive time. But the Guardian took to the sea like a fish. Send over the submersible beacon and let's transmat this haul back to the rig.
You're sure this new ally of yours is trustworthy?
Hasn't let me down yet. You asked me to trust you about the Empress. Trust me about Ahsa.
An oasis in the desert. Seeds of hope buried beneath the sands. Nomads, wanderers, travelers. Their journey comes to an end. The first to be claimed by the deep. The first to fall victim to the witness.
So you heard all of that, huh? Hard to believe, but it's not just noise. I can understand bits and pieces of it through Ahsa. Xivu Arath's thirst for battle, the Witness's cold rage, the Taken's enmity. It's all in there. I started hearing it when my arm got this new paint job, but it hasn't sounded that real since. Doesn't matter. I've been through it before, and I can get through it again. Ahsa has vital information about the Witness. I'll do whatever it takes so she can deliver it. That's the mission, and I always complete the mission. Ahsa and I both need to recover before we boost our connection again. Until then, continue helping Drifter upgrade his technology. I hate to admit it, but his plan seems like it might actually work.
Guardian, operations on Titan are in full swing. Drifter believes he can further improve his modified bank to work at greater depths. It will require more salvage from the sunken arcology. Acquire it for him so we can continue enhancing Sloane's link with Ahsa. This mission... Sloane's been through enough as it is. I informed her of everything that transpired while she was MIA. Guardians using the darkness, Savathun's deception, the Witness attacking the Traveler. And Amanda. The two of them were close. Word of Amanda's death hit Sloane hard. I saw it in her eyes. The moment when the news landed. And the moment she buried it. I don't like putting this mission on Sloane. But I recognize her need for it. Her need for an objective. And a commander to assign it. What I need is for you to stand beside her in the trenches. Show her that she doesn't have to fight this battle alone. We'll all see this through together.
Of Torobatl, their home planet.
Yes. What surprised me is how understanding they are. It's what they would have done had the situation been reversed.
Understanding? The Hive killed billions.
So have the Cabal. Make no mistake, Keitel will have her revenge on Xivu Arath, but as equals, one conqueror.
I used to know every fire team that passed through Titan's rig. These Guardians, I don't recognize them.
You have spent a great deal of time pushing forward. Stop, sit, rest. You will come to know again. Then you will find others to push with you. Like now.
You don't have an off switch, do you, Saint?
That would be bad design.
I need to go see Ahsa. Send me their names.
They will be in your debriefing.
Thanks, Tactical. Sloane out.
Wondering what the creature has to share, Guardian? I'm eager myself. Or anxious. That separation can be difficult to discern.
Commander, Guardian, were you waiting here for me?
Just considering the pieces on the board, Saint.
You worry for the Deputy Commander. She is strong, and her friend is very large. They will be okay.
Sloane will do what's necessary. But after that, things are less... simple.
When I was trapped in the Infinite Forest, before Osiris broke time to reunite us, there were many days I felt lost. But I am here, and you are all with me again.
That you are. A hero of the city. Then and now.
A hero, yes. Though my memory differs from what the stories say.
There's only so much I can do behind a desk. Weighing costs and outcomes. Sending someone else never sits right with me. I'd rather the clarity of the battlefield beside the two of you.
The burden of good leaders. To never feel we have done enough. But trusting those we send is what makes us strong.
You were Vanguard Commander once. What made you step down?
Because I am not as strong as you. You carry the command for the same reason the Guardian and I stand in the trenches. To set the example. To be the hope. When the time comes, you will see it too, huh? I know you will.
Into the trenches then, Guardian. Yours on Titan, and mine in the tower. I look forward to your report.
A city of light. A flourishing garden. A silent god withholds a deeper truth. Questions unanswered, a longing unfulfilled. The sky darkens as a new journey begins.
It's hard to make sense of Ahsa's thoughts, but they're coming into focus. Taken interference be damned. Hearing those sounds puts me right back in the thick of it. Staying on the move, gun in hand. Xivu Arath's voice in my head. Escape and evade. No matter how bad things got, that routine kept me going. And Ahsa kept me safe. She shored up my resolve, helped me find food, watched over me when I caught a few hours of shut-eye. Now she's doing everything she can to tell us what she knows. We're both on a new mission. Unfortunately, Drifter needs to tinker with his machine before we bank more coral. Hurry up and wait, right? I've been around a long time, Guardian. Seen a lot of action, gone on a lot of sorties. Always ready for the next set of orders. It's staying still that gets to me.
Your efforts are paying off, young wolf. It's time for another dive, and another haul of coral for the Deputy Commander. Assuming, of course, that you can prevent the deep from drowning you like a rat. Not that I'm worried about your capacity to do so, especially when Sloane's fighting by your side. She's always been one to shoulder a burden so that others need not. That's something I understand all too well. After the Iron Lords fell, I alone remained to keep the torches lit, to hold the banner high, and honor those who died in the line of duty. It was a lonely path, one I walked for centuries without complaint. Now, a legion of my former enemies walks beside me. I had forgotten what such camaraderie could be like, and I suspect the same holds true for Sloane. Keep that in mind when the two of you are in the depths. There's no weapon more powerful than the soldier standing next to you.
Fire team,
This is Operation Fulgurite. Scans have uncovered a rich shelf of egregore coral at a depth we've yet to explore. So rich, in fact, that it has attracted the attention of a Taken Knight and their minions.
And they're radiating Taken energy, turning our hall rancid. You don't mind if I take it from here, do you, Big Blue? Good. We're diving into the dark and robbing the Taken blind. Woo!
Just so we're clear, disrespect the commander again, I'll hurl you off the arcology like a shot put.
That all it take to get you to surface? I'm betting the ocean floor feels like home sweet home now. Eh, Chief?
Deputy Commander.
Get swallowed up by anything big while you were out there?
Not much cover at seafloor. For Ahsa, they tried.
Doesn't sound so bad. Open space, cozy lawn girl. How'd you sleep?
Like a lamb in power armor. Stay on mission, and don't call her that. Descending into the final shelf now. Let's see how many hives Evu has left to throw at us, Guardian.
You got me scratching my head a bit. Still going hard, even after that close shave with Big Blue.
Ahsa and I have a stronger bond than ever now, and I have my fire team around me. Xivu Arath had her shot, and she blew it.
Thing is, since you strapped on that rig and walked out into the deep, I've been itching to know. You regret it?
Worried you couldn't hack it? From what I hear, you're a survivalist.
I've run from every damn thing, if that's surviving. But, you commit. I'm fixing to commit to something stupid myself. Get swept up in a cause. So be real. You regret it?
The Vanguard had a file on you. Doesn't paint you as the hero type. You might regret it.
Well, ain't that the truth? Oh, they should have kept running. Look at them now. They're dead. Ah!
Well, if you didn't need the backup, I could have saved myself the leg cramps. Let's exfil. Get this back to the long girl. Yes, I like it. And hear what she's got for us.
See? It grows on you. Talking with her must be a trip and a half.
It's a bit like wandering out into the dark. You're lost for a minute, but then your eyes adjust and you acclimate. Things normalize.
One foot in front of the other. Funny how many things work like that.
Ain't that the truth? Okay, Drifter, I've had a question burning in my head for a while now.
You're all curious why I volunteered. The, meretricious rogue. I looked it up. Distance means when the past comes knocking, there ain't no one nearby to be collateral. But I can't stay away anymore. Can't stand still either.
Yeah. Easier to keep moving.
Oh, hey there, Valis.
Germain. Or is it Dredgen Hope?
You know it's Drifter these days. Has been for a long time.
I was just speaking with the Deputy Commander. She's ready for you.
How's she holding up?
Sloane is a soldier, and that role has given her purpose. Hope. But she has been through a great ordeal. Her own personal dark age.
Yeah. That's a bad hand to be dealt. Maybe this can wait. Unless you want to tip one back. Talk about the bad old days.
What is that? Motor oil? Battery acid?
Only one way to find out.
You and I are among the oldest of our kind. Centuries we've orbited each other. Why now?
Why not?
Maybe another time.
I think Kaido's actually mellowed that old wolf out a bit.
Shrouded in darkness. A promise of something more. Two halves of a whole. Long divided. A schism between them. Reunited. A glimpse beyond. To the beginning.
The plan's working. It's getting easier for me to parse Ahsa's thoughts, like a picture coming into focus. Other things are a little harder for me to wrap my head around. When I first heard of Saladin's Iron War Beasts, I didn't know what to think. We lost a lot of people in the Red War. The Empire took so much away from us, and now Saladin commands an Imperial Legion. They're the reason we had to fall back and regroup on Titan. Why I had to send fire teams down into the arcology, never to return. Those Guardians died under my orders. They paid for our foothold in blood. When the pyramids arrived, there was no way in hell I'd give it all up without a fight. This is nothing compared to what others sacrificed. Completing the mission is how I honor them. Just like Saladin honors the Iron Lords, no matter who he leads into battle against our enemies. Stay the course, Guardian. Once Ahsa and I are ready again, it's back into the depths for us.
What's the word, sister? All this Golden Age tech is impressive stuff. Almost makes you wonder how they lost back then, you dig? About that, if we're looking to win this time, I need Savathun's swamp to wash up a few finishing touches for my rig. Cracking skulls and looting halls is your bag, hero. That's why you're headed to her throne world. That pyramid Savvy brought down, it's cut off from the Witness. Scorn bigwigs been digging tech we can use out of that burning heap. All you have to do is find them and take it. Then you let old Drifter worry about the kit bashing. Easy. Hey, one more thing. Xivu dripping nonsense in your head, too? She's been recounting some of my more heroic exploits. Dark Age's been on my mind. You know how the past is. You pull the trigger and people die, so you don't have to. Then, someone comes along and wants to forgive you for that. Like it's fine. Won't ask what Xivu's dredging up for a killer like you. Wouldn't be polite. Thundergun's down there, though. Been under pressure so long, everybody's looking for cracks. Don't get me wrong, coin to table, she's been through it. But I don't think Sloane's looking to be told it's fine. 'Cause it ain't. 'Cause it needs to be ugly to win. And then, you live with it. See you on the other side.
Saint, how are you? Knowing what we know now about Savathun.
Like I have received orders I know are wrong. I do not believe Ahsa lies to us, but I cannot accept Savathun as our only option for victory.
I followed my fair share of orders that made no sense. Rebelled against them too. I promise this will work. It has to.
Yes.
Saint, I know what Savathun did to you, to Osiris. Thank you for understanding.
Do not thank me for something I cannot do. But I will stand by my friends to do what is right, even when it is difficult. Transmat buoy deployed. Sloane, I am sorry. I did not ask how this news has affected you. I know you hold no love for the Hive.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm fine, Saint. I'm confused and a little angry, sure, but I'm fine. I won't tell you it's gonna be okay or that I know how this will end, but I can tell you that I believe Ahsa knows what she's asking, and she would not ask it lightly.
Ah, good.
This is awful.
Sure is. You ever been outside of Seoul?
Never had a reason to.
Can't say I recommend it. Saw some stuff while I was out there. Bad stuff. A world colder than you can imagine. Creatures that suppressed the light. My crew. Let's just say we wore out our welcome. Creatures started closing in. Trigger fingers got itchy. Some of us froze to death. A lightless, final death. The others, they didn't go so quiet. Not until I shut them up. Not sure how long I stayed after that. Had to mod my ghost to survive. Used the parts from... I did what it took to get off-world. And now I'm here.
I'm no stranger to combat, but... how did you leave it all behind?
I didn't. Some things you carry with you forever. But eventually, they stop feeling too heavy to lift.
Thanks for the drink, Drifter.
Anytime, Sloane.
Anathema. Calamity. That which cannot, must not come to pass. A wordless denial. A fleeing God. Betrayal. and escape. The pursuit for the final shape.
We're almost there. My link with Ahsa feels crystal clear. It's a little frightening, but strangely comforting, too. A lot changed while I was gone. It feels like the entire universe moved on without me, and now I'm struggling to catch up. Old enemies became new allies. New enemies wield the light against us. And old allies, friends, like Amanda. Sometimes I wonder, if I returned to the tower, would it even be my home anymore? Or would I just be a phantom? A forgotten memory wandering its streets at night? Xivu Arath's voice keeps telling me I don't belong there. That the battlefield is my home. That it always has been. Maybe she's right. Maybe reliving what I went through over and over again is a way for me to stay in familiar territory. To remain in the hell that I know. And avoid the one I dread. Either way, the mission comes first. I have to see it through to the end, regardless of where I end up when it's done.
Do you really think Ahsa would lead us into a trap after all this?
Not on purpose, but we're nearing an end. This is when we have to be at our most cautious. One false step is all it takes. We die fighting, or survive the end to lay down our arms and become something else. Those are the only two options I can see. Guardian, you're drifting off site. Sloane, give me a sweep of their position.
I welcome the blade of your will into my temple. My heart rests open in vivisection to receive it. Approach and earn audience. Sharpen thyself against me, as I sharpen myself against you. Leave ragged here, the flesh of your failure. A champion most deserving of this audience. I anoint thee, a wicked thorn. Rise from the deep, bloodied warrior, and wield it without mercy.
Guardian? Guardian! There you are. Tactical, I've got a lock on them. We're heading back. Requesting a transmat buoy to your position. Hold tight.
An offering broken. A remnant of grief inscripted by my sister's needle upon this temple.
Ah, I see you. You see me too? Ha, good, good. Then it is all working. You, me, this projector. Even if we sometimes falter. There is a war building in Sloane's eyes. One that Xivu Arath will exploit, as she did with Osiris. Savathun wore his face, but it was Xivu Arath who took his light. Her whips drove him into a frenzy, lured him into danger, forced Sagira's sacrifice, and left him to die. Now she twists my thoughts into thorns, draws out the faces of the suffering Elixni into my dreams. She whispers that I took pleasure in their pain. I see their eyes as they died by my hands, and they see me. She does not lie. She challenges what you hold as a strength. Osiris's ambition, my protection. Sloane's duty. I have felt how the right word, the right face, can incite one to violence. But I have changed. What she has taken, it will not break me. Sloane is no warrior of glass, but the war within her. Even stone crumbles under enough strife. Stay with her, Guardian, as I should have with Osiris. We must offer her what support we are able, even if she does not want it.
And that's it? It just works?
It's not a scam, if that's what you're asking. Ain't gonna make you put in some glimmer and pull a lever. See, the way I look at it, this has always been the plan. Playing the game, Gambit, the machine. The Nine taking the long view.
You think the Nine were telling you to run Gambit for this? That they saw everything coming and that's how they choose to prepare us?
Don't know, boss. Maybe they see the future. Maybe they're just a few floors above and can see further down the road than we can. Maybe we're all just squinting at specks, looking for meaning. What I'm saying is, it works. It'll get us what we need, and maybe, if we're lucky, get Sloane what she needs too.
And what is that?
A win.
Our minds are one, linked by the darkness. But only for a moment. I must borrow Sloane's voice to speak my words. Please, heed them well. Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you, struggling for survival, bolstered by hope, until their hopes became reality. They called it the Gardener, their deity of life. It ushered them into a golden age. For eons they prospered. But their newfound god never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the Gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called it the Veil, and when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the Veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it into a final shape. Eternal and perfected. They brought the veil back to the Gardener in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself. The Gardener would not allow it. And so it fled their world. But they would not be deterred. Having witnessed the truth in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves into the salvation they craved. Thus began the Witness's pursuit. Its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
Saint, what is it? I'm busy.
Does Title know you use her ship to jam my messages to the Deputy Commander?
This. Sloane doesn't want your help. We're allowed to carry our own burdens.
You and I do not speak for years. When a battlefield brings us together, you choose to lecture. I am not one of your iron beasts, Saladin. Do not treat me as a pupil.
Then don't act like one. You've been alive too long to be this naive.
There is no shame in asking for help, nor harm in offering it.
She isn't asking.
Is that why you don't? I see a friend drowning, their armor pulling them down, so I lift them up from the water, yes?
Sloane held Titan lightless during the Red War. She thrives under pressure.
Tell me, Saladin, are you not doing the same as me?
That's preposterous.
You shield Sloane against my overbearings, do you not? Did she ask you to do that?
You're not turning this back onto me.
You are softer than the Cabal think. More like fluffy dog than iron wolf.
Point taken. I'll remove the jamming signal. Just trust enough to let her learn to swim before you dive in after her.
I will temper my outreach to Sloane. A little. Perhaps I will shift those efforts to opening your heart, Lord Valas. I win! Goodbye, Saladin.
Well, now we've heard what Ahsa had to tell us. We know our enemy better than ever. To think that it all started with the need for purpose. How that need became an obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it. This mission. It's my purpose, my reason for being. My guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do. And that lack of direction, it's harder to face than 1,000 battles. I felt the same about my previous mission when I held the line on Titan. And if I'm being honest, it feels like I failed. I survived, but for what reason? What was it all meant to achieve? The only answer I've found is to learn what Ahsa knows. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Our link ended before Ahsa could explain how to get through the portal. The bond took its toll. But we'll both be ready again soon. When that time has come and gone, then I can feel like I accomplished the mission.
Change of plans. Xivu Arath struck while you were returning from the dive. Hive deception slipped through our guard, and Ahsa was targeted by a Hive ritual. Xivu Arath's voice tore through the air like a wall of swords. We think it wounded Ahsa, but she swam off to try and interrupt the ritual before we could do anything. Zavala and Sloane are tracking her to the ritual site, and I am mobilizing the Iron War beasts to support them. We need you in the fight, Guardian. I'm sending coordinates to your ghost, but we have no idea what to expect there. Deploy to the ritual site and disrupt the Hive. The hunt is on. Commander, we've picked up Ahsa's trail deep below Kraken Mar, behind Xivu Arath's battle lines.
Understood. The Deputy Commander, Saint, and I will set up a perimeter to draw the Hive's attention. Then the Guardian can break through unscathed.
The Iron War beasts prepare to support our assault. Say the word.
Keep them in reserve until the Guardian has eyes on Ahsa.
Daylight's burning, and she's in pain. I can feel it.
I'll find you on the field, Sloane. Hit your marks, and we'll get this done. Move out.
Fire team, report! Saint and I hold the left flank! It is working! We draw them off the Guardian.
Enemy reinforcements flooding the right flank. We're holding.
This line doesn't fall back.
Okay, hotshot. It's all you now. Found the long girl. Guardian's almost there. Dropping a ping to the fire team.
Taking fire! Repositioning!
I got you.
They are overrunning our position! Zavala! Drop pods and focus fire on their ritualists! No one gets past us!
That... Wait. These rituals... They're trying to take Ahsa!
Keep your taking pants on. I ain't never seen a ritual our walking tank couldn't smash. That's a whole lot of magic. And I bet those wizards are holding the reins. Get in there and start breaking things. Last one. Long girl should be home free.
Excellent work, Guardian. Fire team, check in.
Down to a sword, but Hive and Taken forces routed.
They will not run far. So many Titans. We encircle them like impenetrable walls. Ha!
Clear your zones, and fall back to defensive positions around Ahsa as she swims back to the arcology.
Consider it done. War beasts, you fought well. Extra rations for all.
What's Ahsa's status?
I've got an eye on her, and I'm shipping a transmat beacon your way. Hold on to your boots.
Xivu Arath's forces are in full retreat.
Good. Time to complete the mission.
Our dance will never end. I am war. You carry my banner. Cling to me like hope. What are you without me? Sink into my embrace. Drown in the deep. Fight forever.
Stand down, Deputy. Sometimes the battle is stepping away from the battle. We're with you all the way.
The true path lies obscured, but she knows the way. She who hides truth in deception. The Witch Queen must rise.
We're lying on Savathun. This is what it's come to.
Tell me you're not serious.
I am. Ahsa has given us a way to follow the witness.
This cannot be the only way.
Everyone in this room understands the risks. But we finally have a path forward. We can't wait for another.
The Empress won't take kindly to this news.
You stand on her counsel. Convince her.
I cannot watch the Witch Queen rise again, Zavala. To scheme against us. To steal another face? No!
She won't be given the opportunity. Eris and Ikora will keep the situation under our control.
Imaru isn't one to be baited into a trap.
Not a trap. A bargain. We're all against the witness. Savathun's ghost has no choice but to cooperate.
I'll convey your decision and assurances to the Empress. Commander, Guardians.
We tried to control the Witch Queen before. I saw how that ended, Zavala. It is a treacherous path. When she strays, as I know she will, even one claw.
My fist will be right behind yours.
I hope I am wrong. But right now, I cannot see how. Osiris will hear of this. I imagine he will have words too.
There's a long night ahead of us. Let's be the beacons others need to follow. At least until we make it through this.
We did it, Guardian. Cut a swath through the Taken and got the intel we needed. The mission is complete. I've waited a long time to say those words. And I used to dread the moment that comes after. But not anymore. I thought I needed the mission to draw my focus, to drown out all the noise. All of this. But not focusing on it doesn't mean it isn't there. It's a part of me now. I'll carry it with me wherever I go. And that's okay. I'm strong enough to shoulder that weight, especially if I don't have to do it alone. Ahsa's in hibernation now. All that strain on our psychic link has worn her out. Poor girl's earned some time to rest. She won't be alone, either. I'll camp out on Titan and watch over her. Just like she watched over me. That's not to say I'll never return to the tower. When I do, I know there'll be a place for me, and people to welcome me home. Take care, Guardian. And watch your back when you dig up Savathun. If you ever need to punch her lights out, you know where to find me.
Saladin Forge. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Just thinking about the bad old days, like you said. And that bar you used to tend at the base of Felwinter Peak. You went by Wu Ming, as I recall. Made some coin selling drinks to the Iron Lords. Then spent it hiring them to do jobs on the side. Remember all of that?
Yeah, I remember. You left out the part where you threatened to burn it down.
Maybe I should have. I never asked you why you ran that little operation. What did you stand to gain?
With how your pack of wolves tipped their bartender? Not much. That place never got too busy, but I had my regulars, and they all had their problems. Some of them just weren't that easy to see from on top of a mountain. Maybe I wanted to call them to your attention.
Ah, so you had a better perspective.
Not better, just different.
I suppose I can see the value in that.
Everything's got value, old wolf. You just gotta know where to look.
Guardian, there's massive energy readings surging from below the arcology. All communication channels are affected. The Lucent Hive are forcing their way through from the Ascendant Plane. But there's something else going on. The formations I'm seeing are indicative of some kind of mass ritual to... Guardian, can you read me? Guardian?
Lonely Navigator, we have traveled so long with only each other. I know you love to hear and speak new tongues. Come, sit in the Flesh Garden. I will read you these stories I bought at Kaharn. I was zero. I was weakness, fragility. Then you drowned me in the deep, murdered my flaws. You are our navigator, our guide. Led me down the bladed path to be reforged as Xivu Arath. I will remember you. Our navigator. Our brother. Our king. In this, you are eternal. I remember the languid contempt of our father. The cold eyes of our mother. I see your determination eternal. It is determination that defines you. Certainty, clarity, faith. Your will is a knife, hewing away at our lies. You are truth. When I doubt, you never spare me the blade. When I falter, you never spare me your words, and yet I know there is more. You are dead. Your throne waits empty. Blasphemy. Blasphemy! My brother is vanquished. Court scattered. Temples ransacked. My brother is dead! And his killers have not assumed the mantle of the Taken King! Blasphemy! Blasphemy! How can the spear that pierced a million worlds be killed by those who would deny the all-edged truth. Mother, are you laughing? Sister, are you smiling? Is this the fate worse than extinction? Was it all for nothing? I have died, and yet was summoned back by you. You who remembered me as war. Our sister died and was summoned back by you. You who conspired with her cunning. So it must be for now. If your legacy is true, brother, it will come onto us and defeat our blasphemy. And if not, what we attempt cannot be blasphemy. For we have survived you, surpassed the power of your will. Hayat. The sky is fragile, flawed. Lies. Lies! I see how easily it is chained, brought to the heel and muzzled. The truth cannot so easily be bound. You showed us that. Truth has wings. I take flight in your stead. I bring the knife of truth to the gristle of lies. You would have savored my triumph. How our sister's gift to me was treated with such care. Screams like a choir as their mountains trembled. Screams like a choir as their seas boiled. I stepped down into that world, thrust my sword into the heart of Torabottle, and carved lies from truth. Heresy. Heresy! Our sister denies your truth and crawls like an animal into the shadow of the sky. She bleats and howls, allowing herself to be profaned by it. She spits on your memory. Sister, you always doubted. But now, it is time to test theory in praxis. Sometimes to win a battle, you needn't raise a hand. You let the ignorant fight in your name, unknowing. They move themselves into position, posturing their victories, leaving their soft flank open. Sister, I spit on your grave. You were wrong. There is an end in sight now. Clearer than I've ever seen it. The horizon narrows down to a single edge, sharper than hope. I see the final shape coming into focus in this cutting motion, and the deep sings its promises. I crack my whip unto the rhythm. I guide your knife in between ribs. Even now, alone, you are my navigator. The sky's liars are eloquent in their tenacity. They make me doubt my own hand, my own right. Our blades clash, and I am driven back. I had my blade in their throats, and they slipped past my guard. But it is too late now. Even their deepest cuts are too shallow to kill. I see the final shape coming for their heart.
you up again. The signal's clearing and I'm receiving your ghost's feed of... Is that... Oryx? Were the Lucent Hive trying to... This was a ritual to resurrect the Taken King. By force? We're lucky you were able to stop this, Guardian. I don't even know if what they were trying to do here was possible, but... the risk alone... I'm going to contact Ikora immediately. She'll want the Hidden to secure Oryx's remains for study.
I come to you now to say goodbye, brother. This will be my last visitation. A final knee at your grave. I'm left to wonder if there's anything of you still in there. I am left to wonder, what is this feeling? The sky is mortally wounded, bleeding out. Yet, a part of me longs for the comfort of the gardens, of your stories, of sisters. I long for our journeys together. But no, they have come to an end. We will be proven right. You will be proven right. Brother, if you have taught me anything, it was to never deny a truth, even when it grieves us. What is this feeling? I do not want it.
Chioma Essie, research log. The Veil. Chioma Essie, incident log. The Vex.
Interesting.
6 weeks ago, our settlement came under attack by an intrusion of Vex forces. It was a test of our defenses for a larger incursion. Yesterday, scouts discovered temporarily realigned architecture just outside the stronghold limits. The Vex had retroactively inserted themselves into Neptune's history, just like they did on Venus. But unlike Venus, something stopped them short of our habitat. They had to fight their way in. I think it's the Veil. Something about the paracausal nature of the Veil is preventing their temporal excursions. But the Vex aren't giving up. They did something to Neptune's magnetic field. Wove a sim into it. A screen to isolate us. It's a double-edged sword. The Vex screen hides us from the outside world, from whatever's happened. So we're safe. Ish. But we're stuck with the Vex. Thankfully, they're slow to react. It's giving us time to research countermeasures. It's almost our anniversary. I should do something for Maya. She'll forget. She's always so busy. Computer, prepare food synthesis. File, Chioma date night 6. Oh, and add a bottle of port.
Osiris? You alright?
Yes, I'm fine. I just, saw shadows. My choices. Saint. Dr. Sandaresh and I walked very similar paths of obsession, it seems.
Oh.
Nevertheless, it appears that Neomuna's history is deeply tied to the Vex. Hopefully the next decryption will shed more light on this.
Chioma Essie, research log. Exos. Maya and I have built a working theory around the deaths of our Exo crewmates after their exposure to the Veil. According to Maya, Exo minds contain a combination of Vex radiolaria and something known as clarity. Radiolaria are alien microorganisms living within a hive mind state. Or, I suppose more accurately, a community. Clarity is, Maya described it as a paracausal power derived from an alien artifact. Something Braytech had kept secret. Something Maya thinks the Veil and this artifact are related. That the paracausal force from the Veil overloaded their exominds. Unraveled them. It's like taking a powerful magnet to an archaic magnetic storage device. Full erasure. But She thinks we can reverse engineer this phenomenon. Use it to write data to a clarity-infused object. Fabricate consciousness. Scientifically, the process seems sound, but morally... Maya keeps saying that we're past the point of morality. She said that. She's convinced that our survival hinges on mastery of the Veil. It's like she's the one unraveling. I feel like I'm losing her. But every time I try and push, I feel her move a little further away. I don't know if I can lose anything else. How much more can any of us lose before there's nothing left?
Nimbus, how much do you know about the Cloud Strider's creation? The technology used?
You don't think...
I make no assertions yet. But I worry that your neon-lit city may have darker roots than either of us knew.
Oh.
Chioma Essie, research log. Siva. Siva is a nanotech fabrication system, intended to be used by Exodus ships to rapidly build necessary resources from base matter. Maya calls it Willa Bray's obsession, without a hint of self-awareness. But we both see the potential it poses for the future. Each nanomachine in Siva's design is an independent, thinking machine, utilizing a distributed quantum network to coordinate movement. Like a mechanical version of Radiolaria. Probably where the design was inspired from, if I'm being honest. But the design can be pushed. We're looking at ways of incorporating components from disabled Vex and erased exominds. If we can insulate the nanomachines from the radiation that killed the Exos, maybe their deaths won't be for nothing.
Wait. Does this really mean I'm part Vex?
Well, it's too early to jump to these conclusions, Nimbus. But there does seem to be some connection between the Vex and the Cloud Striders. It may explain why you and the others are able to enter the Vex network without the aid of splicers.
Can I time travel?
No, let's hope not.
Chioma Essie, research log. Veil interface. Maya and I have finalized a prototype interface for the Veil. Hopefully it'll allow our research team to investigate it in detail. The system's designed like an orchestra, with a central conductor directing a symphony of minds to act like a distributed network. The idea came to us by watching how collective networks like Siva and the Vex operate. The hope is we can aggregate and pass the vast amounts of psychic data emitting from the Veil, turn it into something intelligible. If we're successful, the interface will provide us with a starting point for any future technological research tied to the Veil. The risks of such integration are high. The estimated mortality rates are... But I don't know what I'm doing. This is wrong. This is so wrong. We shouldn't... All she ever talks about is survival. Think big picture. What about your survival? What about your heart? My heart? I can't keep doing this. I can't. I can't.
Again, I see a shadow of myself in Maya Sandarish. The man I could have become had I let obsession continue to rule me. I'm worried what the next recording will reveal.
Me too.
Chioma Essie. Research log. Veil interface. Supplemental. They're all dead. Chorus. Conductor. Everyone. It was too much. Swept their minds away like grains of sand on a beach. They're all dead. Maya called it valuable data points. Well springs and rivers are something. What have I done?
Dang. This killed their entire research team, but it sounds like... It's like...
Like their lives held no value to Dr. Sunderish. There's a troubling symmetry with data we've recovered from Titan. Data on the origin of the Witness. It too was once multiple people that became conjoined by the way of some sort of ritual with a veil. Perhaps a conductor and a chorus. It is troubling that Dr. Sunderish seemed to be moving down that same path.
I don't like this, Osiris. I don't like this at all.
Chioma Essie. Research log. Lakshmi 2.
What?
Maya's... I don't even know what to say. I'd recused myself from further experiments. Told her to take some time off. She refused. And the minute I wasn't there, she started hauling the brain-dead Exos out of cold storage, hooking them up to the Veil interface. She burned through dozens of them, reversed the entire machine's design, used a chorus of brain-dead Exos to funnel data down to the conductor seat, projecting a mental imprint. Hers. I didn't know Lakshmi too, but Maya did. And now she's made this thing. It speaks with her voice. Has some of her memories. The way it looks at me. It's like it knows something I don't.
Osiris, do you recognize that name? Lakshmi?
Yes. And no. Lakshmi too was an exo and once leader of a faction on Earth known as the Future War Cult. She died over a year ago. But she never once made mention of any of this. Of Neomuna, of Maya. Did she know? Did she remember? This is all as much a revelation to me as it is to you. It throws everything she did while in the last city into question.
I mean, if she was a copy of Dr. Sunderish, then... is she really dead?
I don't know. For now, I must deliver a rather uncomfortable report to Ikora.
Chioma Essie. Personal log. Incidental. Maya's dead. I found her in the conductor's chair. Alone. Nobody knows what she was doing. Her copy, that thing, Lakshmi, is still developmentally incomplete. It doesn't understand what happened to Maya. I had it quarantined until we do something.
There's no dates on any of these files. There's no telling how much time is set between them.
Time enough for loss. How many are left?
3 more.
And let us hope there are yet more answers to uncover.
Chioma Essie. Log. Whatever. The war mind has reactivated. Our base on Hyperion detected network activity. They found us. Classified our location, Nephili Stronghold. We already estimate that Rasputin has attempted remote interference with our network. Our research. It can't. I won't let what we've learned here ruin more lives. I'm going to send Stargazer off-world to deal with the problem. They can take Lakshmi with them and do whatever. As long as it's out of the city, out of my sight. It's a risk, taking an action off-world, exposing ourselves. But we have to. What we've done here has to be quarantined. The Veil is too much power. Too much for anyone.
Stargazer. That puts the time of this recording around the foundation of the Cloudstriders. Chioma must have been really old.
Stargazer is the one responsible for redacting Nephili's stronghold from Rasputin's records. Or Maya by proxy with Lakshmi. Fascinating. There's 2 more logs left. Once we've decrypted them, I will need to take time to contemplate the larger picture they present.
You and me both.
The Veil is too great a power for humanity to wield responsibly. All that's left is to close down the facility. Neomuna will go on. Humanity will persist. On the back of our unspeakable work. But I won't pass that guilt on to humanity's future. My hands can be bloodied. Let the children have innocence. And in my dissolution, I will find peace.
I don't know if I agree with Chioma's choice to hide the sins of the past. But I also do not know what I would do in her place.
Quinn says there's a data signature on this file, like something else was crawling the network. Vex signature. What's MSUND 12?
There's 1 log left to decrypt. Perhaps we'll find out.
I'm tired. I'm done. Maya has to be out there. The Maya I remember. And all I want is one more moment with her. To hold her in my arms. Tell her that I love her. So she can tell me to hush one more time. If we learned anything from the Veil, it's that eventually, we all have to learn to let go. So, I made contact with the Vex. I'm ready. And it's time to say goodbye.
In the end, Maya Sandaresh was consumed by her desire to understand and her inability to let go. She and Chioma lost everything in pursuit of knowledge. Chioma abandoned it all, sought to wipe the slate clean for future generations.
What did we learn from all of this?
That the Veil is darkness, the power of consciousness made manifest, as much as the Traveler is the light, the power of the physical world. The implications are great, but so too are the risks. As a younger man, I may have fallen into the same trap Maya did. But now I know better. We must proceed with caution, lest the river sweeps us away.